finally, I know that the comms is all good and coming through. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to FPRL. Tonight we are going around the Circuit of the Americas for the Tier 1s on our usual Wednesday night slot for them. The penultimate round of the season, which is of course already been won by Henkers of the Drivers' Championship. But we are looking forward to see if Aston Martin can clinch that Constructors' title tonight. I am your only comms tonight, and it's been a long while since I've been doing it on main comms, but it is Monkey Boy Kurt to bring the action to you guys tonight. And like I say, just on my own, so hopefully we'll be able to still make it a good race to watch just from myself's perspective. But we've got a few times already been set out there on the track. Henker's currently with the provisional pole time of a 32.2, followed by Johnny B in second and Shadows in third, but still quite a lot of drivers yet to complete their first laps. And just looking at who we've got currently on a flying lap, we do have both Jack and Cruiser around about the same part of the track as well, that sort of back straight around the middle part of the lap. We'll go on board with Jack just as he navigates the end part of sector 3, and he's going to come through now the triple right-hander before the penultimate corner, which is a quick left-hander. You've got to make sure you don't invalidate this going wide, which is exactly what Jack has done, and into the barrier he goes, but it wasn't hard enough to take off any tyres, so he will be able to get back out into the pits and get a fresh set of tyres on. Cruiser comes around just before Jack was still on the track, and he comes across the line. For now it's a 33.9 for the Red Bull, and he puts himself into P6. We'll look further down to see who else we've got on a lap. S.A. Bolt starting his first flying run. We've also got Noah on an out lap. Still in the pit Steele, he'll be starting from the back. And obviously Jack's just come back in. We've got Collateral Ads, who looks like he's up by 9 seconds. However, he did set a 43.8 to start with, so this should probably put him up, hopefully he would think, into that top 10. And he comes through, and that's a very good lap from Collateral Ads. A brilliant time of a 33.0 for him. He will be pleased with that. And with only probably maybe 2 runs to go, only 1 for some drivers, he'll be impressed with that, and if he can improve on that even more so with the final run, he'll definitely be pleased. I think it's one of his best qualifyings at the moment of the season, so well done to him. Just looking down at the rest of the grid as well. Bolt's on his lap now, Noah just starting his lap. Just see who we've got coming around. Silverside Boy starting his second run as well. Go down to Big Lee, who is coming into the box, and it looks like he was up slightly on that second run, but invalidated and is now into the pits. Oliver Ritchie also into the box as well. So we will go back to S.A. Bolt. He will be the next driver to come around, and this is his first run, and he is out of battery already, so that's going to be a bit of a pain for the Mercedes. He won't have the ERS help in these final 2 corners, but he now will get on the power, on the throttle, as he comes to the line, and that is a 32.2, just behind current pole time of 32.216 of Henkers, and he is also coming around as we see Shadows go up to a 32.4, puts himself up into 3rd place. Delta, if you want to join me, feel free, mate. Just join off my party. You need to add me first, but I think I might have sent you a friend request, so just accept that and obviously come in and join me. Henkers 31.8 goes up once again into provisional pole again. Well, he's already there, but now he's pulled that gap by about 4.5 tenths. Where is Shadow's front wing, says Steele? That's a very good point. He hasn't got one. I did actually realise that when I joined the lobby, but yeah, he'll go around with no front wing for me. He'll have a front wing for you lot, hopefully. as we see Silverside Boy go up to P6 in front of Clark Ryers. Into the 32s he goes, a 32.9. We also saw Noah there go up, and he is cutting corners there a bit cheekily, trying to get to the pits a little bit quicker. Oh yeah, this is rally in here. We'll have a quick look at this rally in from Noah, but he went up to third place with a 32.3. So who else have we got out there at the moment? We'll have Bolt coming into the box. It looks like we may have Shadows, he's also coming in. I don't think anyone is on a fast lap here, to be fair. Everyone coming into the pits to start their final runs. Cruiser is out there, however, 2 temps down through sector 2, and looks like it's going to be. It's a bit wide there. Surely that'll be him into the box. Yes, it will. So everyone will be in for their final runs. So we've got some of the top 6 still out there, but they will be coming into the pits. So still 14 cars to go out for the final run. We're not going to see much change in this current quali list grid. That's the question. I think Henkers is probably going to be quite comfortable there in P1 at the moment. It's got 4.5 tenth lead. Bolts. It could be a good fight though for P2. Everyone's sort of between 2nd and 5th within 1.5 tenths, so definitely could be very interesting there. And then probably a fight between P6 all the way down to P14. Delta has accepted my request, so let me just get him in. Okay, we should have Delta in the party now. If you're there, mate, obviously give us a big hello. Nice one. Have you got the option to include your audio at all? Okay. How on earth do I do this? Hold on. Let me see. What I can do. Okay, well, we've got a co-coms now at least, so someone to help me out through this race, which hopefully is going to be a thrilling one. Always love a bit of tier 1 action on a Wednesday. Everyone out on their outlaps. Delta, first of all, how are you, mate? And looking at those times that we've got there, anyone that you think is going to be able to get themselves up the field that currently isn't? I'm thinking Jack in 14th, obviously.
Yeah, Jack definitely for me. Definitely need to get him up there. I'm still connecting to the game, so I'm still watching the times on the stream as it goes. Malik coming back, didn't realise you were coming on until Mr. Lollipops messaged me, so I turned myself back around and come back out, so I'm just rushing to get everything up and running as quickly as possible.
No worries, mate. Yeah, just make sure, obviously, to press Y when you get in, because you don't want to do what I've done a couple of times, then you're sort of in a car from the start of the race, which is quite funny. But there you go, mate. You're in now, so that's all good. So, yeah, I will go down to the final runs then, and who's going to be coming across the line first is the question I want to ask. I think it's going to be, why have I got so many cars? I've got no front wings. I don't know.
I think
Oliver Ritchie also... Yeah. Potentially. Oliver Ritchie also going around on my stream with no front wing. I think, yeah, he is going to be the first driver to come around, and he's currently 5 tenths up, so he's going to see himself into the 32s if he carries on with this pace throughout the rest of the lap. Into sector 3 now. We're going to go on board with him as he goes around and operates the triple right-hander for that penultimate corner of the left-hander here. He needs to make sure he keeps it within the right lines, and he did slide a little bit there, so I'm not sure if he's still going to gain 5/10, but he comes up the final corner now. Where can he put his Aston Martin? He puts it up to 6 with a 32.5, a great time there. Diamond Duchy comes across, so it's Bidley actually, with a 33.1, and then we see Fish Sticks coming towards the line, and he goes up by 0.8, but it's only a 34.0 for him. We now have the McLaren of Godfather, obviously was in the Ferrari earlier in the season. He goes up to P10, and now we've got Diamond Duchy coming round that he has invalidated, unfortunately, and he will not be able to improve. Nitsnoa now coming towards the final corner. Can he get his Haas up further? Yes, he can. He puts himself up into P2 ahead of Bolt, but then Johnny B goes up to P2 as well, and it's going to be a fight, like I said, for this top 5. What can we now see and what can we expect? Henkers goes with a 31.5, beats the field even further. Now a 5/10 lead. Shadow's the last one. Potentially can get up there. 31.9 for Jack, a great lap there, and I'm not sure quite there what Collateral Ads did. We'll definitely see it in a minute, but looks again, once again, Henker's full control of the field.
Yeah, no surprise with Henkers. From the few that I've watched, obviously whilst commentating, he has done incredibly well, and obviously secured the Drivers' Championships 2 races ago. At somewhere I can't remember, I think it was Mexico.
Yeah, he's been on fire as the Henkers this year. I mean, some would say that maybe he needs a little bit more competition with drivers that are obviously more suited to his pace, but however, you know, he's done what he needs to do in each of these races, and that's obviously put him miles above the rest. He's just been so consistent. For whatever reason, I wasn't even able to get the the grid up then, but we've gone to the race now, and I will go into my race director to show everyone what the grid is for the race. So as we load in,
not going to crash out and disappear like you do on our races, do you?
I don't know why that happens. Literally every single time I get into my first run, I just get booted out. It is a bit weird.
Every time I'm there with Lolly, I was like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah, that's literally it. I just don't get it. And it's always in quali as well, like the first run or something. It's never in the race. Thank God it's not in the race, but
that would cause seeds of chaos.
Well, mate, trust me, if it was in every single race, that would definitely have scuppered my chances of potentially a championship next week. But obviously, I'm going to have to wait till Monday for that.
Yes, it's my last chance of getting points again.
Yeah, well, hopefully you can. Obviously, last race this season, hopefully it will be points for yourself. But I have now got the grid up, as it didn't come up for me at the end of quali. So obviously, Henker's in pole. We've then got Bolt and Jack second and third. Those Mercs have been quite consistent this season, and they start on the first and second row. Johnny B in fourth, Noah fifth, and Shadow sixth. I think all of those guys are very close. I'm expecting quite a close top 5 today, or top 6. And then Richie 7th, Collateral Ads 8th. In the end, just beating Silverside Boy and Bidley running out of the top 10. Then just going down further, Godfather 11th, Douchey 12th, Cruiser 13th, and then Fish Sticks was the last of the ones that actually made the lap in 14th, and then the two joining quite late of Steel and Night Owl in 15th and 16th. We've been Co-Com's drink from Shadows, thank you very much, mate. It is weird for me, not going to lie, Delta, being back on the main comms. I don't think I've done this in about 2.5 years or so.
Fair enough. I've
always been used to being co-comms with a Cruiser, but yeah, it's a bit weird.
The lovely Cruiser. This is the first time I think we've actually ever. I don't think we've ever spoken about park or anything. So, like, when Lolly was like, yeah, it's gonna be Monkey. It's like, oh, okay. So turn myself around.
Yeah, no, I mean, just tonight, sort of, you know, obviously whatever stream to go ahead, and thought, well, you know, I don't want it to have no stream, especially when we've actually got a pretty decent grid for Tier 1, you know, 16 drivers. So, you know, if we can get it obviously run, then we're going to try and do that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking, as normal, Henkers is probably going to or wander off from the pack, but hopefully maybe a safety car will bring him back towards everyone else.
We do have Gary
got any
and Ridley in
predictions?
there. Predictions-wise, I'm going to say Henkers is probably going to ace the win. He has done very well in the races that I've watched him in. I'm going to say there's going to be a safety car. It's probably going to be Gary or Bidley that causes it. Maybe both of them together. Turn one. Let's see who bowls into each other. I think that's going to be the two potential ones. Maybe Cruiser does quite well. I have high hopes for him. I might be delusional in that, but I believe in Cruiser.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I think Ads has done quite a good quality time, to be fair, to him compared to other tracks. So potentially it might be a good race for him. I know he hasn't scored too many points in that Ferrari this season, but hopefully for him he can get a few more tonight. Oliver Ritchie obviously in P7 as well. I think he's always worth a stab at for some good points. Obviously was in the lowest tier last season before getting moved up, and he's definitely shown what he's capable of this season, and definitely able to keep up with some of the fastest we've got in the league. But yeah, I mean, do feel like we're going to see obviously some people going up and some people going down for next season, as always.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do feel like if we can maybe just get a couple more sort of faster pacer drivers in to sort of, give the likes of Henkers and Reese when he races obviously a bit of competition.
Reese don't need to race. You might as well stay part-time. You'll just win anyway. We'll always start from the back and win. It's the pattern in Reese way.
How have you got used to the comms? I know you've only been doing it a few races, but going all good so far?
Well, I haven't paid for my heart attack, which I generally thought I was going to do on that first week. No, it's been good. I have really enjoyed it. Obviously, I've had Major Allen with me. Mostly had Lolly last week. Got you this week. I've had a variety of comms during my short tenure here. But so far, I haven't been told off for anything, so that's always a plus.
No, you don't get told off for much on this comms, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. But
I mean, mainly it's just me bullying Gary.
No one's going to tell you off for that, definitely, I can tell you that. But we are going away now with the red lights coming on for this T1 race around Circuit of Americas, and the lights go out. We are away. Henkers gets a good start. The Bolt is going to have a go down the inside into turn one, and can he take the lead in this first lap? And I think he has. He's made the move, and Henkers is going to try and fight it back, but it's a great start from Bolt. He takes the lead of the Grand Prix at the first corner. Great start from the Mercedes man. As we now head through the S's, we're going to make sure that everyone doesn't get contact. And as I say, that fish sticks is around. And apart from that, I think everyone's got through okay, but it is a spin for the Williams at the back.
Sorry, I lost my audio there for a second. I was literally just about to message you, my audio's gone. In the controller. Oh, died.
Oh, and
Douche's gone already.
Not sure what's happened there. We'll try and see on Fish Sticks' point of view what's happened to Douche. If he gets there in time before the car disappears. I'm not sure. This looks like he's gone wide at the corner there, or maybe he's just made contact, but that is the first retirement already, and the VSC is out.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened there. We'll try and do some digging on that one. I've just noticed as well, Fish, with the new Golf livery on the Williams that everyone got off them. I think it was today or yesterday it dropped. Not actually had a proper look at it myself yet, but I have to admit it does look very, very nice in the game.
No, it most definitely does. And let's see if we can see that as well. Yes, we can see that there. Looks very decent indeed. We are still under the VSC, so everyone's just got to obviously stick to their deltas here and make sure they don't get a drive-free penalty. I'm expecting the lights to go green at any moment now, and we'll see how long Bolt can hang on to this lead. It was definitely a good start from him, got off the line better than Henkers, and a good dive down the inside. You can definitely be pleased with how that went, and we're still not under green flags yet, so as we approach... Oh, and there we go, Steele has got the penalty. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they were all on the straight, so I was going to say it might have been a bit more tricky when they were braking for turn one. You might have seen a few more, but we are back underway still. We'll have to serve that within 3 laps. It says crackling on the mic apparently, Delta, so I don't know if you want to just maybe disconnect your controller and connect it again potentially, or even press the Xbox button. That sometimes works a treat. But yeah, Bolt in first, Henke second, Noah third, Jack fourth. There's been definitely some chopping and changing pretty much from everyone actually. The only person to keep their position from the start is Collateral Ads in P8. The big gainers, so Bidley up to P6 from P10. Cruiser up to P9. As I say that, Oliver Ritchie does get past him. I'm going to go back to the front because we have got Bolt and Henke's fighting for first place. And Henke's trying to send it. Maybe he will go down the inside now into the left-hander, and he does so. Bolt's got to be careful. Has he got the traction to get past back? And I don't think he has, but no, we will have watched it here from Noah's point of view. This great baton here from the front two, and Bolt keeps on to the place for a bit longer. Fantastic racing there from the Mercedes and the Aston Martin.
Look at the back, and Gary's been having a sniff at Cruiser as he just comes into the DRS zone before the start-finish line. I'm not too sure he's going to make the move this time, to and how long the train is in front of him.
It does look like potentially on this occasion he's not going to be close enough to Cruiser, but this is where the DRS train obviously can hinder some people, but as long as you stay within it, you're normally going to be okay from people behind you. But as soon as you get out of that second barrier, you're then under attack from people behind, and it can be really easy, especially down this back straight, for people to get past you. You can also see at the front that Henke has now been overtaken by It's Noah as well, so dropping 2 positions is the Aston Martin, and Steele comes out of the pits to get a 3-second penalty, the first one of this race. I'm expecting to see quite a few of them. But yeah, Henke's, and he's not on, it's not like he's on different tyres, he's not on the hard tyre, he is on the medium like the others, but he has dropped a couple of positions, so maybe the race setup not working well at the moment for the Aston Martin. It is Bolt that still leads, but he's still going to have Noah on the back of him definitely for the next lap.
Yeah, quite interesting with Henke's not having that pace as he has been used to in previous few races. My general thought was at first he might have started on the hards. Obviously, it could possibly be a one-stop with medium hards or a 2-stop today, depending on how brave you feel. But surprised, considering he is on the same tyres, that he is not at the front at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm surprised at. But are we going to see a move now from Noah on Bolt? He is getting close, but he's not going to take that risk quite yet, as he does get a better exit out of turn 1. And there's a yellow flag out. It is Steele once again, and he's gone a little bit wide there. As we say that, I think Night Owl's just overtaken Silverside Boy for P11, so he's making his way through the field. I'm going to stay on board with the front two because I've got a feeling here we're going to see an overtake for the lead, and Noah should see himself up into first. Is Henke's close enough to potentially make it a double overtake on Bolt? Probably not. He is around about a second back, but I think we are going to see Barney gets the run out of the corner, and he does so, Noah, a move for the lead here, but Bolt is using the battery to good effect. He's going to have a go at it. No, he isn't. So Bolt is doing well at the moment. He could just keep this lead for a bit
just
longer.
overtaking Cruiser there on the back DRS straight there, getting around the corner. He's going to switch it back. No, there's he's got that quite nicely. Night Owl, I'm not quite surprised he's that low down so quickly. I would expect him in the top 5 myself personally.
Yeah, I would definitely expect him to try and make his way through the field, obviously starting from the back, so he's got to obviously make some ground up, but he's already up to P10 on those hard tyres as well, so they're only going to get better than the mediums as we go on. Still no change at the front. He is now coming up to this DRS train, which is currently being created by Bidley, who's running in P6. And like I said, he's up 4 positions, so he's having a good start to the race, but he is now 4.5 seconds back, and we've got another yellow flag, and that is Fishsticks. And yeah, Fishsticks and Steele definitely not having the best of days so far early on, and we'll certainly need safety cars to bring him back into it. Bidley doing a great job here of holding the pack up, but I think It's only so long he can hold off Johnny B, and with him so close behind him, I would expect an overtake now down the back straight.
I think my audio just went on again. I was literally talking and I couldn't see my microphone app lighting up. Yeah, really impressive Billy at the moment holding up. I think Johnny B's just getting a little impatient in a minute, especially coming up to this DRS, and just try and get past him as quickly as possible.
Yeah, here we go now. Johnny B is going to be using the battery, the DRS. Bidley's going to try and defend, and he does defend well to the left-hand side, but I think Johnny B is going to have the speed just to go past, and he does so, and Bidley doesn't fight that with too much force. It's still in P7. It's still a good start for the Alpine, but Johnny B now on those hards can try and catch back up to that top 5 as we see a move potentially there for Noah on the leader, and it does seem still that Bolt is managing to hold on to that lead despite all the DRS he will be getting behind him as Noah definitely goes wide there. Probably does pick up a warning for track limits, and the drivers have definitely got...
Night Owl was actually having a bit of a battle at the back there on the second last corner, with Night Owl actually just overtaken just before the DRS zone.
Yeah, Night Owl definitely making his way through. Would he now try and take the dive on collateral ads is the question. And he did have a little tiny look and did think about it. But on this occasion, he's not going to go for that move as collateral ads doesn't get the best exit out of turn 1. And here we go. We're starting to see those time penalties arise now. Bidley getting one around about half a lap ago. And there we go. In P2, Noah getting a 3 second. That is definitely what Bolt will want to see. And he's got a bad run there out of the section sector 1, and Henkers goes through back into second, but the switch back there for Noah. Is he going to try and get back through on this back straight? Obviously the Aston Martin will also have DRS, and I think Henkers is going to keep that second place. Bolt will still hang on to the lead, and then no, he's gone for the move.
Oh no! Oh,
and he did make contact. Yeah, that was a bit of a... Oh, I have to say that was a big ballsy dive there from Noah, and I don't think Henkers is going to be liking exactly what he's seen there. It's put him down to P5, and it's also given Bolt now a 2 second lead. Definitely I think you would agree, a bit of a risky one there, and he just didn't execute it very well at all.
Yeah, a bit of a very risky dive there. That could have probably ended up a bit worse than what actually was, but that's now something for the stewards to look at if it's so looked at. If Henkers puts a report in, personally I would. I think there was a bit of contact there from Henkers to Shadow. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah.
I just heard the tap and I looked up.
Yeah, no, I did see that as well. I think maybe just a bit frustrated with what's happened there with Noah. Will not be pleased. He does have the pace to obviously stay with these guys, but Bolt just needs to now try and capitalise and gain that lead even more that he's got. Johnny B is also now catching up to him because those hard tyres will definitely be, at this point now, the better tyre to be on than the mediums. As the mediums, you really only get around sort of 7-8 laps good out of them, and then they sort of tend to fall off. So the hards at this stage will definitely be the better tyre. Bidley holding on to P8. Night Owl is making his way through the field, and now up to P7. So definitely expect him to be in amongst the leaders when we get to the end of this race.
Just at the back of Godfather, trying to make a move on through. I don't know if he's going to quite get it as it goes to the corner. He has got the overtake. The switchback is there as well. Trying to go down for the next corner, doesn't actually manage to get it.
Oh,
So now
I'm just going to cut in there because Noah and Jack have made contact, and once again, I have to say it's very aggressive driving there from Noah. And definitely a wing has gone there as well for Noah. I'm surprised it's actually not a VSC, but that's another driver that's not benefited from this. And now got Jack now trying to fight the guys at the back, and he tries to get into the box, which he does. But yeah, very, very poor driving once again there. And Noah is also into the box. Not ideal for such a good start from the Haas.
Yeah, quite a shame there with the driver didn't quite see what happened, obviously. But from that little incident with Henkers down to this, you got to wonder to yourself, why the aggression, what's caused it, but it's happened. We just need to, as Mark was saying in the game, get your head down and concentrate on the rest of the race.
Yeah, definitely.
Good
That's
old
what I
Mark.
want to do now. Yes, obviously they've got to now try and take these hard tyres to the end, and it looks like Noah's definitely going to stop again. He's come in for another set of mediums, but obviously with the time taken to change their wings as well, not ideal at all, as Henker's now going to make the move on Shadows, and he will go back up to P2, so he's found himself now back up to second place. Obviously he's been helped out by a crash that's happened in front of him, but he's 3.5 seconds off SA Bolt. SA Bolt controlling this race very, very well, staying out of trouble, and there's a move here between Collateral Ads and Bidley. I know how fierce these two can be at times on grid, and there's a bit of wheel banging there between the pair, and the traction is gained better by the Alpine of Bidley, who's now on the inside for the triple right-hander, and he's going to have to stick it around. This is a great battle between this pair. Who's going to come out victorious? And it is Bidley, but he does go wide, and I think as well here we're going to see potentially a move for the first corner from Collateral Ads. I don't think actually he will. I think he's going to wait until that back straight, but great bit of racing there from the pair of them.
Yeah, just behind him, Godfather trying to get a sniff at Cruiser, just going up that first DRS and wasn't able to, but whilst they were battling with Bidley and Ads, Cruiser and Godfather slowly sneaking up on him, trying to make that move, but couldn't quite at this time.
Yeah, no, it was definitely some good racing to watch. I'm just going to go back to the front. I don't think Shadows is going to make a move here on Henkers, and Henkers actually pulled a second back.
Oh, there's 3 seconds
on
for Ads.
Bolt. Oh, but now obviously Bidley and Ads equal on their penalties, but the guys behind them will obviously benefit if it stays like this. But surely now we're going to see a move from the Ferrari. Bidley has got better straight line speed. Oh, there's a little bit of wheel banging there once again. And is Bidley going to try and hold it here? He is going to try and hold it. Oh. Yeah.
Not quite got it.
No, there's still wheel banging going on between these two, and I feel like this is going to end in potentially someone going off in a minute, as up the side of Bidley goes Cruiser. This is getting very, very, very close indeed. Bidley trying to keep the place. Now Cruiser's the one trying to go around the outside of the triple right-hander, but has to slot back in P8. So Collateral Ads has got the move done. Obviously, wheel banging in the process, and Cruiser is into the box on lap 10. And so lap 9 for him. He's going to be in potentially down to go onto the hards to the end. So is Silverside boys. So these two trying to get the jump on the guys in front of them. They'll have to put in definitely a good couple of outlaps now, as Bidley gets another 3-second penalty. That now puts him to 6 seconds. He's the second driver to get 6 seconds along with Noah. Yeah, not ideal for Bidley now. It was a good start for him, but he doesn't want to rack up too many of these penalties, because he will find himself falling back down the order at the end of the race.
It's quite a hard track as well. I feel like I say it's one of my favourite tracks, but it's also one of my worst tracks for penalties, because I just like to try. I try whistle tracks to try and get around that penalty, but I always seem to get a bit overjealous, especially in the essence that we are on at the moment with Cruiser. That's why I think make most of my penalties in there, and we have to as well. Just try and get over a bit too overzealous with it.
Yeah, it can be very tricky. I mean, I'm the same. I can sometimes really find tracks where I really struggle to keep it within the white lines. Actually, to be fair, this track the other day I actually managed to have none, so that was very surprising for me, to be honest. But yeah, I do know how difficult it is sometimes, as we see Oliver Ritchie going wide there as Godfather does get past him. Are we now going to see these guys, though, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, come into the pits and obviously react? And Bolt is into the pits. It's not come up with pit on my screen there, which is annoying. I thought he'd spun it, but he is into the box. Oh, there we go. So Ads into the pits as well. Bidley stays out, so does Godfather, so does Oliver Ritchie. So I think the likes of Silverside Boy and Cruiser will probably definitely now have made the undercut work, and will get in front of this pack in 5th, 6th and 7th. Bolt has made the decision to pit first out of the front runners. So Henkers now and Shadows and Johnny B, will they now likely decide to box as well? Actually, Johnny B is on the hard, so he probably won't, but those front two probably now going to react to Bolt, who comes out in 8th position with a bit of clear track as well.
Oh, 3 seconds there for Gary. Another penalty on there. Again, penalties are racking up 6 seconds on Italy and it's Noah. Everyone else adds also Boydie, Fishrix and Steele all on 3. Still, I wouldn't say scored at the moment, they're almost at the halfway point mark. Still a long way to go, but I think I can score change in the race.
Oh, there's contact there between Oliver Ritchie and Bidley. Bidley just about holds on to the position. There was contact between the two. It does allow Bolt to go through, so Bolt doesn't even need to fight these guys in front of him. He just gets let through by their own mistakes. Shadows is now into the box. Henkers stays out. We're just now going to see how much Bolt has gained. Shadows now into the pits. Where is Bolt? Bolt is coming down the main straight. And there we go. He's gained quite a lot, it has to be said. I'd say around, he's got about a 5-second lead now to Shadows, so that's a lot that he's gained. Let's see where Bidley comes out as well in comparison to the likes of Ads, Cruiser and Silverside boys. So Cruiser's gone. And there we go, he's lost out to all of them now, has Bidley. So now he's got to try and fight his way back through the field, and he's got more penalties than most of the others, so not ideal now for the Alpine. Jack trying to fight his way back through the field as well in P9. Obviously came in for his hards 4 laps ago. Steele with another time. I'm just wondering how long.
Not having a great race, Steele today.
No, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, I'm expecting potentially coming to the box and retire that car, as we've now got moves going on there between. I'll lie to you. I think there's lagging on my screen. Is my Delta?
Blip, blip, blip. Just a little bit.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully it will pick itself up. Let me just try and see it on the stream. If you want to take the comms just for a minute, Delta, while I just have a look to make sure it's all alright.
Roger, leaving you a con. Put me in the bit of impression for that must be not going on. Let's get at the back now. Quite a few people making those videos. I think Godfather going up into 11. My screen had this way, so I don't know if you can hear me, monkey, but I think I just had the same lag as you have.
No, I can hear you, mate. I can hear you. I think we're okay. I'm just looking at the stream now. It seems to be good quality, so I will say that we're all good. Hopefully that you're able to stay in as well.
I think that
so, yes.
Just on turn 1 it looked like Godfather and Oliver Ritchie on my screen kind of did a 360 and just carried on. I'm pretty sure that was not meant to. If they did that, fair play, but I don't think they did somehow.
No, probably just a lag spike for everyone potentially. So just the 2 drivers then obviously not boxed yet. That's the 2 guys that started on the hard tyres, and that's Johnny B and Night Owl. And look how close now Night Owl is to Johnny B. So he's really done well since the start of this race to come out as far as he has. And we've got once again battling between Bidley and Oliver Ritchie. Oliver Ritchie goes slightly wide. I think Bidley's lost an end plate there. Oliver Ritchie going to come back at him. It almost looks like Bidley sort of let him back through there, so maybe thought he was in the wrong potentially and decided to just let him go. No, I think we've
definitely
got
an end plate missing off Ritchie's Alpine there. Maybe I can't quite tell.
Oh, Noah's off.
Noah has
no, he's not. He's in the box. He's retired in the box. Okay.
Disappointing end for his race. It started off so well. I think that aggression there did kind of, it did cost him severely. and obviously now has ended his race on lap 14.
Yeah, not ideal for him. Probably wanted to get to the halfway point, which is obviously 14 laps, and then called it a day. So fair play to get into the halfway stage. But yeah, not the greatest race in the end for Noah. Steele, actually, another time penalty. He's now up to 9 seconds along with Bidley. So those two not having the best day at the moment.
Bidley just come out on a set of softs on lap 14. That will be very interesting. They will definitely not last until lap 28. So he will definitely be coming back in at some point, I think, now as well. It just befuddles me why he's gone off the softs so early.
I think potentially he's thinking that he's out of this race now. If he can get on a set of softs, he can catch the pack up a little bit more, and then if he gets a safety car, he can go on to another set. That might be the thinking there. If you take that kind of look on it, I can understand it. However, yeah, obviously a set of mediums would have got him probably just about to the end, but he will hope for a safety car so he can get back into this race, but he is obviously got 9 seconds of penalties to his name. Godfather and Richie quite close on track, only 7 tenths between them for the final points place, and they've both got no penalties at the moment, so they'll definitely be fighting each other for that as it stands. But I wonder when we're going to see Johnny B and Naito into the box. We're on lap 15 now, 13 laps to go, and normally those mediums are good for around 10 laps, so I reckon they've still got another 3 laps yet before they decide to bolt it and get into the box. Mentioning Bolt, he's currently the net leader in P3. 4 seconds is now the gap to Henkers. He's got quite a comfortable lead still, and if nothing happens to him to ruin that, he's looking in very good stead to take this race victory. Obviously he will have the likes though of Johnny and Night Out on the softer medium tyres towards the end, so they might be coming back at him a little bit, but at the moment he's looking okay. Actually, just looking down the field, got Godfather and Richie, probably the only decent battle there is at the moment on the track. Everyone else is separated by at least a second delta, so yeah, hopefully these 3 here in 9th, 10th, 11th can give us some action to watch.
Yeah, I think we're looking now, like you said, Johnny B and Night are only the ones that haven't pitted yet. It'll be quite interesting to see how far they go. I think with hard stuff, they do last the longest. How far they're willing to push them, because will they try to maybe get them so far then to swap some softs and see if that's a tactic for them. Probably not the best one. Me, I would probably leave my softs down unless there's a safety car coming up, which is still possible, I guess. So, you know, we've still got another 12, 13 laps left of this race, so it can still arrive at any point, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, I think if you're going to see a safety car, it's either going to come from Cruiser and Collateral Ads, or these 3 here, Oliver Ritchie, Godfather and Silverside Boy, because no one else is really that close on the track. I'm going to stay just with Gary, Ritchie and Godfather for now, as it is quite a good little battle for P9. We also will keep an eye on the little battle going on in front, which is Ads and Cruiser, but I think Ads is just about out of DRS, so I don't think any overtakes are going to be happening there, so we will go back on these 3. Gary using that battery to try and defend and trying to weave to the left-hand side to try and break the slipstream, but here comes Oliver Ritchie down the inside, and he will make the move on the RB. He does get through, and Silverside Boy has to tuck in behind him in P10 now. Godfather is the net P10. He doesn't have any penalties at the moment, but he will also try and make a move on the RB as well. Obviously their tyres 3 laps newer than Silverside Boy, so he's going to have to fight a lot more as Johnny is into the pits. He's on the mediums, and he's going to come out here in front of Shadows. It's going to be close between the pair. He does, he comes out. Oh, is he going to get the traction down? Is Shadows? No, he's not. So Johnny will keep 4th, and now he's got to try and peg back in these last 11 laps, a total of 17 seconds. Sorry, my mistake is also that's Night Out in front, so he will have to try and peg back around about 10 seconds to bolt in 10 laps. So he's got to basically a second a lap to get this win. It is possible, but whether or not he can keep up a second for 10 whole laps, I'm not too sure. As we
coming here, Shadow, another one for Ridley and Gary, all receiving 3 seconds. Godfather right on the back of Gary now, trying to catch him up. I don't know if Godfather being behind Gary spooked him, that's what caused the penalty, but Godfather getting closer and closer, maybe trying to look to make a move on this DRS straight coming up.
Yeah, definitely will do. I don't think Gary's
there he goes,
massively. Gary's massively fallen off Oliver Ritchie, as we see in front as well. Collateral Ads and Cruiser having a little battle of their own for P7. Obviously, Ads needs to try and get past and build a gap because he does have a penalty to Cruiser. Cruiser hasn't got anything. I'm just seeing again, Night Owl decides to carry on. I think Bolt is catching him now. Quite a rate of knots, around about 8/10 a lap here, and maybe I'm thinking, is Night Owl potentially trying to wait for a safety car? Maybe, I don't know, but at this rate he's going to drop behind Johnny, he's going to drop behind Shadows, and he's going to find it even more harder to get potentially a podium spot if he stays out much longer. Like I say, he might be playing that gamble of the safety car, as I think we're going to see another lap here where Cruiser and Collateral Ads have a little battle down the back straight, Delta. You got yourself muted, mate, potentially.
I didn't press my mute button, I promise. I wasn't there, just there chatting with you and then just gone, why is he not responding? Is he just ignoring me?
Here we go, and so I think Ritchie's in DRS now as well, so Ads can have a go at Cruiser. I don't think he's quite close enough on this occasion. No, he's not, and there's Bidley with another time penalty.
I think he's given up now, hasn't he, bless him?
Yeah, I think that's at 12 seconds now.
15 in total now.
15. If he carries on much more, he'll get disqualified for too many penalties. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, I'm surprised, to be fair. Him and Steele, they're still going. They're probably obviously waiting for a safety car. But even if they get a safety car, it's not really going to do anything for them, because they're just going to have so many penalties. They'll just fall back when the pack is all close together. Ads now.
I think I respect their perseverance and their determination to make it to the end. And it might just be a fight between who gets forward and smooth at the end of the race.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? He might just trying to be waiting for maybe a couple more retirees and might be able to sneak the odd point potentially. But at the moment they will be finishing 12th, 13th and 14th, as they are almost half a minute behind Silverside Boy in 11th. I think quite a few drivers here are just wanting a safety car, just so they can get on some fresh tyres and we can have a bit more closer racing. But we do have these three still here. We do now go down the back straight once again. Lap 19 of 28, under 10 laps now left of this race, and Collateral Ads does get a good exit there. Steele with another time penalty, he's now in double figures as well, 12 seconds. Going to go on board with Collateral Ads, who's using the DRS, who's using the ERS. He goes down the outside of Cruiser, and Cruiser now going to try and defend.
Just looking at the front now, Night Owl has now finally decided to box. Let's see what he goes on to for these last 8 laps. Should be a set of mediums, should take him to the end. Obviously Bolt is going to go ahead of him. Has also as well. Johnny Beach might catch it if he does. My screen really lagged there. He was quite far back then for a second. Night Owl coming back now on these fresh mediums.
Yeah, Night Owl's going to have to do a lot of work here though to get anywhere near Bolt. Obviously they will be fresher mediums, so he might potentially have a shot, potentially a podium, but even then he's going to have to catch up quite a lot to Henkers as well, as I don't think Johnny will have too much disadvantage with only 3 laps on most tyres. As I say that, Richie has made a move on both of the drivers in front of him. He's gone from 9th to 7th, and that is both Cruiser and Ads out of the way for the Aston Martin. So a great little move there for Oliver. He now has got 6 seconds to... Oh, Cruiser gets a 3-second penalty. So that's going to be now game on. Cruiser versus Ads. Who's going to take that 8th place? Now, obviously, it's whoever finishes first on track, as we've got Night Owl already making the move on Shadows. He's already gained about 1.5 seconds there, I think, in the space of half a lap. So very quick there for the RB. Potentially, he has got the pace to catch up, maybe to grab a podium, or even better in this race. Steele takes the fastest lap. He'll be happy with that. On his new mediums. However, I do feel that's going to be beaten soon by Night Owl. Just going back to this triplet here of Richie, Cruiser and Ads. I'm just wondering here, do you think Richie potentially could catch Jack? His hards are 5 laps older. He's got 5.5 seconds to gain 7 laps. There's potential there if they tend to start to fall off near the end.
Yeah, interesting to say. I was literally going to mention and put the words out of my mouth there with Richie potentially catching Jack. Not exactly impossible, but not exactly an easy task for him to do either at this stage. Looking at Ads and Cruiser, Ads trying to get closer and closer to him, just at the moment unable to. Obviously Cruiser out of DRS with Richie at this time. So at the moment we'll be looking at the battle of 9th and 8th between Ads and Cruiser.
Yeah, 9th and 8th is the battle we're looking at, and I did just see there, you probably did as well, that Henkers picks up the 3-second penalty, and that now is potentially crucial, and could see Night Owl on the podium potentially now. He is currently around about 8 seconds behind Henkers, so take off the 3 seconds, he's 5 seconds back.
In sector 3, I didn't quite see it. I think it was still coming off slightly.
Yeah, I think it was. He's actually catching up to the
and
back.
Godfather with the 3 seconds as well.
Everyone now picking up those penalties. We've only got 5 drivers out of the whole field that haven't got anything, and 5 of those are in the top 7. But yeah, I think Night Owl's got to gain another 5 seconds on Henkers, and I think he potentially can do it with the newer tyres that he's got. I think we're going to see Night Owl potentially on the podium here, providing he can keep it within the white lines. Bolt is 1.3 seconds ahead of Henkers, and only about 3.5 ahead of Johnny. This could be actually a very close run thing to the end of this race. I think, yeah, it's not actually all over. Bolt has been in full control of this race, but could the alternate strategy potentially pay off here for Johnny B? We're going to have to keep an eye on this towards the end of the race. At the moment, no move it looks like it's going to be made here, so we will come away from it. We will go back to this battle for 8th and 9th. This is literally the only thing we're really watching for the last sort of 5 laps. It's the only real fast, close battle on track, and that is Cruiser and Collateral Ads. And Ads dropping back a little bit there. Cruiser doing well to gain a bit more battery back. He's currently on 70%. Collateral Ads down to about 50, so he has got a bit more in hand. Does get a good exit though, there does Collateral Ads, and he is literally using it all down this back straight. And I'm thinking, if you can have a go here, it's looking promising. Once again, Cruiser covers that inside, but Ads goes even further on the inside, and he has to go off.
Yeah. Cruiser going off there.
Is the game going to make him give it back is the question, and I don't think the game is going to make him give it back. Oh no, it is. He has given it back. He has given it back there, and I was thinking that he'd re-overtook him outside 4 wheels off the track, but the only problem that he's done there is he doesn't want to get out of DRS range, and he hasn't done. He hasn't done on this occasion. He has kept it within DRS range, so he can potentially come back at Collateral Ads. There's a yellow flag out there, and the yellow flag is for, I think it is for Steele letting the leaders go through, and Steele's got no front wing. I don't know how he's lost it, but he's got no front wing. Oh, okay, Delta's dog's barking, so he's going to be back in a second, no worries. So, back to the front, and Henk is now trying to get the DRS on Bolt. It just seems like Bolt's got superior straight line speed on that back straight, and no matter what Henkers does with that DRS, he just can't seem to get near Bolt. Obviously, he's got the 3-second penalty, does Henkers, so Henkers can go by, and Bolt just needs to make sure he stays within 3 seconds. Having said that, at this time there is still 5 laps to go, so I don't think he'll want to allow that to happen just yet. We've also got Johnny B slowly catching up to the back of Bolt, and he's now 2.6 seconds behind second. He's 3 seconds off. 3 seconds off the lead, and look who's also creeping up there on those newer mediums. It is, oh, there's a, I think it's Steele has lost it there, and he's out. I'm just trying to see
Sorry
now.
about that, my dog literally decided to park himself awake and then bark himself to death because he actually got himself scared.
No worries, mate. We've just seen Steele go out on the penultimate corner, or just before the penultimate corner. It's brought out a VSC. It's no full safety car, but everyone's now got to make sure they do not get a drive-through this late on. Bidley with another penalty down in P13. A few people boxing. Actually, they're both boxing. Ads and Cruiser both boxing. And they might as well, because they're going to have fresh tyres on Godfather behind them. So this will be a very interesting few laps to the end. Ads on the softs, Cruiser on the mediums. At the moment, the softs will be better. If they'll be better in 3 laps' time is the question.
Yeah.
Interesting here for Nightman. He has to slam on the brakes on. He doesn't want to go over the Delta.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be quite interesting to see how if those softs can make it all the way. I mean, potentially, I think they could. So it'll be quite an interesting battle there for Ads and Cruiser. Steeler just in the chat saying, have no front wing and he's never trusting your fellow Tier 2 teammate TJ ever again. I think there's been a bit of sabotage there by your teammate.
Oh, yeah, you can't not trust Tidjum. Tidjum is the legendary teammate this season for me. And he surely will be legendary in the final race next week as well. But more importantly, who is going to take this race win? And do you know what? I think that VSC might have been very helpful there at SA Bolt. Obviously, it was a whole lap there virtually where he didn't have anyone attacking him. We've got 3 laps to go now, pretty much, and he's still got Henkers all over the back of him. At this stage, he could probably afford to let him go, but he's still got to stay within 3 seconds. Johnny B around about 2.5, and I was just saying while you were away, Night Owl managed to find himself only 2 seconds off Johnny now. The question is whether or not he can gain any more time and get closer to Henkers to take that podium off him. It's going to be very close in the final few laps, and also on that first lap on their new tyres, doesn't look like Collateral Ads has made much of a gap on Cruiser. So potentially are we going to see a fight back from Cruiser in these final stages as well?
Yeah, well, as literally said, another 3 seconds to Silside. Poor Gary started off really strong, has fallen a bit far back from where he started. Definitely now just see how it will be a battle of tyres in these last few laps with Ads and Cruiser. Giving us the most excitement in the last quarter of this race to the two drivers. It looks like they're going to try and take it all the way to the very end.
Oh, and Bolts just took out Henkers, and I don't think Henkers once again is going to be very happy with that. Obviously Henkers had got him on the back straight, and Bolt has just sent it, and for a race that was going so well for the Mercedes, if a clip goes in there, I definitely think he's going to be getting a penalty. However, what's also happened with them coming together, look how close now Johnny B is. Is Johnny B going to come up and nick this? Is Night Owl going to come up and potentially nick this? I think he's definitely going to have the podium now, is Night Owl, but we've still got 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go now. There's 4 laps last lap. And this could be anyone still. These 4 all together, all separated within around about 2.5 seconds. So we were saying literally a few laps ago there's not a lot happening. Now there is definitely a lot happening, and it is all at the front. We will try and keep an eye on Collateral Ads and Cruiser for P8, but now more importantly we're going to focus on this battle for the lead, and I think Henker's potentially going to have another go here down the back straight, and he will not be appreciated if anything comes like it did last lap from SA Bolt.
Let's look at the back now. Cruiser looking to make the move on Ad into turn 1. Almost had a bit of contact, does get past him now. Cruiser, no, goes into the switch back, just about it from one now.
Oh, and Henkers makes the dive, goes a bit deep though, and Bolt is able to come back at him. And he does keep the lead. Still has left the session. No surprises there. He's now DNF'd. But yeah, the dive there comes from Henkers. It comes again from Henkers. They make contact again, do the front two. This is going to bring Johnny B into the equation. And Johnny B's going to go down the inside. No, he's not. He just about gets taken out almost by Bolt.
I don't know if Henkers is still driving with a little bit of frustration still in his mind. Obviously, having that first little incident with Noah earlier on, and now with Bolt, is that frustration has kind of boiled over into the driving. Obviously, with those 3 seconds as well, looking like he will miss out on a podium in this race. Bidley again with another 3 seconds. He's now up to 21 seconds now. He hasn't been disqualified. They don't know, but he's still going on, still plodding.
He is still plodding along, only 2 laps left to go, so he might as well finish that race, and hopefully for him 3 drivers will go out now and he can get a point. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. But we will obviously keep on this. I'll tell you what here, Delta, if these guys fight too much for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, Henkers could end up winning this. He's pulled 1.4 on Bolt, and he needs obviously 3 seconds.
I think that's his first 3 seconds, actually.
I think it is, and we said about Oliver Ritchie catching him up, and he's now going to catch him up with that penalty. He is going to be able to take that P6 off him. But I want to say that, look at Johnny B getting hounded here by Night Owl. Night Owl's going to turn in. There's a bit of contact between the pair that are on the medium tyres, though, on the alternate strategy. And look at that, Night Owl is now through into 3rd. And could Night Owl take this win from the back of the grid? At the moment, he just needs to get past SA Bolt on the final lap. He is still within 3 seconds of Henkers. And if he can make that overtake, he's going to take this win. He is going to obviously get DRS now down the main straight. We go on to the final lap. Henkers starts the final lap for us. And just seeing there as well quickly, you see Cruiser and Ad still fighting together. 1.7 seconds is the gap between Henkers and Bolt. Now, Bolt has got to not drop 1 and 1.3. At the same time, he's also not going to be taken over by Night Owl, but this could be very crucial indeed.
Looking at that time, obviously building up. Obviously, Bolt probably checking around the back of him just to see where Night Owl is as well. Obviously, doesn't want to drop any more time, really. Obviously, about 6/10 more, and Henkers will manage to steal the win. Provisionally, that is obviously depending on what happens with Stupid after the race. I can imagine there will be a couple in from our current race.
I think there will. The question is Night Owl going to send it here? He is. He's going to have the overspeed on Bolt. He's going to go down the inside. And now the question is, can he make the gap not more than 3 seconds? It's 2.2. I'm telling you now, Night Owl is going to take this race win on the last lap from the back of the grid. And I have to say, he's drove an absolutely impeccable race on the hards to the mediums. He pitted on, what was it, lap 18, 19, 20, and has made those mediums really work in his final stages. 5 attempts he's got to find Henkers, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He is going to take this race win. Henkers comes across the line first, but it's going to be Night Owl who takes the win from the back of the grid. What an absolutely brilliant drive from him in the RB tonight. Bolt will hang on to 3rd position, and Johnny B will claim 4th. Shadows will claim 5th, and now we've got a fight going on between Jack and Oliver Ritchie. Oh, Oliver Ritchie, what have you done?
Oh, Ritchie, oh, that's unfortunate. Ritchie at the penultimate corner there.
That is penultimate corner, and that has now given Jack 6th position. It would have been Ritchie's.
Let's look at the
And
back
that
here
is
for
now
8th and 9th. Ad's really trying to do it on the last corner. I don't think he's going to get past him. I think Cruz is going to win the battle for the 8th place in the end. Yeah, Ad's losing it just slightly in the last corner there to get 9th place. Gary, though, up into 10 in the penultimate corner. I think Gary's going to get a point here. He knows he's not going to off the penalty. I didn't realise he had 9 seconds. I thought he had a bit less than that. Oh, Gary, you tried. Bless you.
I think Godfather was just teasing him there.
Yeah, I think
he knew that.
I think Godfather just let him go right. Just so you don't have to feel the moment. Interesting racecraft for some people, says Henkas. Yeah, I would agree on that, I think.
And then we've got these two lads at the back here, Bidley and Biscuits. Just having a little bit of fun as they come round the final couple of corners. Bidley, not going to get any more penalties, Bidley, no. And we come round the final corner, and there we go. It's going to be 12th for Fishdicks, 13th for Bidley, and that is the race. But I have to say, obviously, instance that did happen, obviously, potentially could have slowed some people down, but a great drive from Night Owl. From the back of the grid, he takes the win by around about half a second to Henkers, and then Bolt coming in third. And yeah, I don't think you can say much more than that. The race winner, Night Owl, driver of the day, the game gives Night Owl most overtakes, obviously Night Owl. The fastest that goes to Steele, who didn't finish the race. And the cleanest driver, SA Bolt. So well done to all those guys. There is your full race results. So it is, like we can see there, Night Owl from 16th to 1st, Henker 2nd, Bolt 3rd. Cruiser comes up actually from 13th to finish P8, so well done to him. Did get the better of Collateral Ads in the end. Obviously those two going on to different tyres, making an extra stop under that VSC. And it is Cruiser that comes out victorious in that little battle. We're going to see if we can get people in for some interviews. Let's see if we can invite them to the party.
Johnny B there in the chat also saying at the end his tyres was done. Did quite well himself. Obviously qualified P4, stayed P4. Obviously would have liked to have a few more points in the last few races, but he was not.
Yeah, no, it definitely was an entertaining race to watch, nevertheless. But now we'll wait to see if we can get any more of the top 3 in the party. We have got Henkers in, so we've got one of our 3. Just going to see now if we can get Night Owl. I don't know if they normally do interviews. I don't know if you know, Delta.
I don't think so. I don't think they've never done an interview. I know Hank has, but never seen Night Owl or Bolt do one. But who knows? If they're hearing.
Okay,
Join us.
I'll give them one. I'll give them one more invite. We'll give them 30 seconds or so, and if not, we'll just go to our P2 man. But yeah,
Ads
quite weird actually.
Cruiser to quote Ads, I'll take that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I have to say, just to get it in there, it did feel very weird me doing main comms, but a positive weird, I should say. It was quite good actually to be back on it. Right. Okay, well we'll let Bolt come in if he obviously wants to, but we'll start with our P2 man, Henkers. Delta, do you want to take Henkers?
Yeah, Henkers, congratulations on P2. I know it was a difficult race for you. As to quote what you said, interesting racecraft from some people tonight. We did see, obviously, on comms, you had that tussle with both Noah and Bolt. Was that frustration at the end just affecting your driving just a little bit?
Yeah, maybe a little bit into penalty as well, so I had to do something. And, well, Bolt pushed me wide on, nearly spun me, so I kind of returned to favor. But yeah, it was similar incidents, but yeah, without the penalty, I wouldn't have gone to that, I think.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Obviously, you secured the Drivers' Championship a few races back. Obviously saw Bolt literally go like a bolt from the start of the race. Was there like a setup issue for you? something does not go quite right for you today?
I don't really know. The start wasn't the best first, and then it's always turn one here. If you're on the outside, you just get pushed wide, and there's no grip there. So I lost the position there, and then a few laps later, I lost P2 in the same way. But maybe not the best setup. I was a bit slow on the straights, I think. But overall, it's just not the best race. I didn't really drive that well, to be honest.
That's fair enough. Yeah, it is a difficult track to obviously get the perfect balance for the straights and the corners. Monkey, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Well done, Henkers. Good job on the P2, and also, obviously, with the points that were scored tonight from Aston Martin and Mercedes, it does make Aston Martin now the Constructors' Champions for Tier 1. So, obviously, well done to yourself on that, and, of course, Arthur Ritchie as well, who ended up having that fight with Jack at the end. But, nevertheless, they do secure the Constructors, so well done there. I'm going to move on now, obviously, to race winner, and has to be said, from the back of the grid, I know he's fast, but it's always very impressive when you see a last to first in FPRL, and that is Night Owl today, who takes that crown. Night Owl, how was it always your plan to start from the back and give yourself a challenge? Because I can see, obviously, you checked in on time. So, was it always your plan to try and give yourself that challenge tonight?
Yeah, I just want for the last three rounds I'll race and then just start at the back to see what I can do. So, yeah, if I'm racing next week, I'll be starting at the back as well.
I mean, why not? I mean, if you can do it tonight, you can do it next week as well. I don't see why you can't. But you obviously went for the alternate strategy like Johnny did, obviously going hards first, then the mediums. You seem to make your way through the field quite easily, it has to be said, even on the harder tyre. And me and Delta were obviously quite surprised you took them as long as you did. Was it always your plan to take them to, I think it was lap 19, lap 20?
Yeah, 19 was the goal. It's because at COTA, in the most recent update, they've done C1s are the hards, and it's C3 and 4. So there's a jump between tyres, so the tyres have an even bigger pace difference. So it's better to go quite longer if you start on the hards.
Okay, right. Okay, well, obviously, pitted, I think, 3 or 4 laps later in the end than Johnny, who was on the same strategy as you. And it definitely showed in those final laps, you definitely just had the superior pace on him. And what with Bolt and Henkers obviously fighting as well, obviously played into your favour. I was saying on the comms for probably a good 4 or 5 laps that you probably have a chance of a podium, and then obviously end up with the win on the final lap by 5/10. So very well done to you. Obviously, you say that you'll probably do the same next week at Brazil. Is that a definite then that you will be racing and starting from the back?
Hopefully I'll be racing. That's the thing. See what I'm doing on that day before.
Okay, well, we will look forward to it, and hopefully, for your sake and for our entertainment, we will see another last to first. It'd be very good to see. But obviously, well done to you, mate. Well done on the win, and I'm sure that RB will be very happy with the points.
Yes,
so
we are.
Congratulations.
did that for Rue Master.
Yes, Rue will be happy.
There you
Obviously, Tier 2 RB, so obviously not contributed any points myself, but thank you, Night Owl. Obviously, I know how fast you are from obviously our other league as well. Not surprised that you started right at the back and thought to yourself, let's have some fun and do first. Showboating comes to mind when I see your name nowadays.
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations once again,
well
mate.
done.
Yeah, thank you.
So that is our P1 and our P2 guys interviewed. I don't think we're going to get anything from Bolt, which is slightly annoying. We didn't get the whole podium, but nevertheless, we'll move on. So one last thing we've got to do then, and that is driver of the day. Obviously, a very big candidate in the room, Delta, for you to choose. But there was obviously some good drives throughout the rest of the grid. However, said that, obviously a great drive from Night Owl as well. Who are you going to pick today?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Night Owl is a big candidate for it. You know, starting at the back, then finished in first. Also, really good driving from Ads and Cruiser today for those fun little battles. I'm probably going to get so much hate for this, but I'm gonna go with Cruiser only because I've picked Reese twice for doing the same thing. I'm sorry, Night Owl, don't hate me. But yeah, I'm gonna say Cruiser just for the battles with Ads, and obviously keeping that last quarter of the race a bit more entertaining.
Okay, well, I mean, I think that means that next week, Night Owl, there's got to be more than 16 drivers, and then if you start from 17th and win, you might get.
Don't know what I need to do anymore, man.
Get the fastest lap. There you go. Still got that.
Yeah.
But there you go then. So Cruiser is Delta's co-comms driver of the day, and that will round off the stream. So obviously, thank you for joining me, Delta, in the end. Pleasure doing comms with you.
Yes, it was lovely to do comms with you tonight. Hopefully you pop in every now and again if needed, and hopefully we will work together again at some point. And I will see you Monday in our race. Well, I won't because you'll be at the front and I'll be right at the back, but that's a different story.
Well, nevertheless, I'll see you in the same lobby. But yeah, that has been me, Monkey Boy Kurt, on the main comms for the first time in God knows how long. It feels very weird that I'm actually doing the outro to the stream tonight. But thanks everyone for obviously watching. And we will see you for Tier 1 next week. Same time, same day on Wednesday for the season finale around Brazil. And of course, watch Tier 2 on the Monday to see who wins that championship. Still the drivers up for grabs. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And we will see you on Monday. Take care.